A man bought a corpse at a high price. Pretending the corpse was his father, he sent it to the hospital for emergency treatment. He begged the doctors to save his father. No matter how much money it cost, he was willing to pay. The doctors didn't even look and pushed the corpse into the operating room. The doctors only realized it was a corpse when they touched the body, but the doctors still insisted on performing surgery on a dead person, because they had already grasped the psychology of the family. To save his father's life, he would definitely spend a lot of money, so this was their chance to make money. The attending physician came to the man and handed him a list, telling the man to hurry and buy the medicines, and it must be from the pharmacy next to the hospital. The man saw there were more than 10 kinds of drugs on the list, but he had no idea what each drug specifically did. Following the list, he got 2 big bags full of drugs from the pharmacy, spending half a year's salary in total. He handed the 2 bags to the nurse and kept asking, what exactly were these drugs for treating? But the nurse had a cold attitude. She accused the man of not understanding medicine at all. As a result, the nurse sent the drugs back to the pharmacy. The man had just spent a huge sum to buy the drugs. Then the doctor came out again and told him he needed to pay another $1.5 million for the surgery. The man paid the medical fees again. However, the family members were waiting anxiously outside the operating room. But inside the operating room, all the doctors and nurses were actually gathered together chatting. About every half an hour, they would send someone out. Each doctor was more like an experienced actor. They scammed the man into paying fees several more times, until the man spent all his savings. Only then did the doctor come out and tell the man they had tried their best. His father still failed to be rescued and had passed away. At this point, the man suddenly changed from anxious to calm. Then the man took out the corpse's death certificate, only then telling the doctor that corpse wasn't his father at all, just a corpse he bought from the crematorium. After learning the truth, the doctor snatched the death certificate and swallowed it, but the man took out another copy of the death certificate. It turned out that 5 years ago, the man's wife hemorrhaged while in labor. He had sent his wife to this private hospital. She was already in a life-threatening condition, but these ruthless doctors, disregarding his wife's safety, kept extorting money from the man until the man used up all his savings. Only then did they start performing a C-section, but they had already missed the best timing, causing both the pregnant woman and fetus to die. The final death report said, due to not arriving in time, the rescue failed. Within 1 day, the man simultaneously lost his wife, and child, and life savings. From that day on, he was determined at all costs to avenge his deceased wife and all the victimized families.